In a quiet village nestled between emerald hills and whispering winds, there lived a boy named Armin. From the day he was born, Armin was different. He couldn't see the colors of the sky or the smiles on his mother's face. He was born blind. For many, this would be a life of limitations. But for Armin, it became the beginning of an extraordinary journey through darkness. A journey that would light the world. As a child, Armin was filled with curiosity. He would touch leaves to understand their shape, listen intently to birds chirping to identify each one by their song, and feel the breeze on his face to guess the time of day. His other senses were his windows to the world. He couldn't read books the way other children did, but his mother, Sister Zainab, would sit by his side every night and narrate stories. From tales of great scientists to poets and kings, she filled Armin's mind with dreams and his heart with courage. Though poor, Armin's family gave him the richest gift: belief. "Beta," his mother would say, "your eyes may not see, but your heart can see more than most." Those words stayed with him like an eternal flame. When Armin turned 8, he joined the village school. It wasn't easy. The blackboard was useless to him. His classmates whispered behind his back, some mocking, others simply unsure how to treat him. The teachers, though well-meaning, often didn't know how to help. But Armin didn't give up. He developed his own methods. He recorded lectures on a small cassette player his uncle gifted him. At night, he would listen again and again, repeating facts and equations until they were carved into his memory. He learned to write in Braille, and his fingers danced over the dots faster than most could write with a pen. His world was filled with sounds, textures, and determination. Slowly, his classmates began to see past his blindness. They started to admire him. Whenever anyone had a tough math question or couldn't grasp a science concept, they went to Armin. He explained everything patiently, using words so vivid it felt like magic. By the time Armin reached high school, he was already a legend in the village. He had topped every class without ever seeing a single page. He became a symbol of hope, not just for the disabled, but for every child who faced difficulties. One day, a government education officer visited the school. He had heard of the blind boy genius. Armin was asked to explain the theory of relativity. With calm confidence and unmatched clarity, he explained it so beautifully that the officer was speechless. That visit changed everything. The city was noisy, crowded, and overwhelming. Armin missed the rustling trees and his mother's gentle voice. But he had a purpose. The new school had computers with Braille keyboards, talking software, and teachers who specialized in helping blind students. Armin's brilliance shone even brighter. He won national science fairs, spoke at education conferences, and began developing software to help other visually impaired students. His dream was no longer just personal. He wanted to change the world for others like him. But life wasn't always kind. At a college science competition, Armin overheard someone say, "He's blind." He must have had help. Those words pierced him like a knife. For a moment, doubt crept into his mind. That night he sat alone in his dorm room. He thought about quitting, but then he remembered his mother's voice. "Your heart can see more than most." He wiped his tears, stood up, and whispered to himself, "I am not less. I am different, and different can be powerful." Years passed. Armin completed his degree in computer science. But he didn't take a job. Instead, he started working on a dream to create a revolutionary learning app for blind children in rural areas in multiple languages, offline compatible and free. People called it impossible. "You need millions," they said. "You're too young." But Armin didn't listen. He reached out to NGOs, worked nights as a freelancer to save money, and built a small team of like-minded individuals. Finally, after 3 years of hard work, the app Nur-e-Ilm, Light of Knowledge, was launched. Within a year, over 50,000 children across Pakistan and other South Asian countries were using it. Children who once had no hope were now learning science, math, history, and dreaming big. News of Armin's app spread like wildfire. He was invited to speak at global conferences. Time magazine called him one of the most influential youth innovators. He received awards, standing ovations, and global recognition, all while never seeing a single face in the audience. But Arman never changed. He still visited his village often. He still sat with his mother holding her hand, telling her about his adventures. "Ami," he would say, "I may live in darkness, but I am surrounded by light." Today, Armin is not just a name. He's a movement. He has inspired thousands of children with disabilities to believe in themselves. Schools across the world now use his methods, and through it all, he reminds us, true vision comes not from the eyes, but from the courage to dream. Blindness is not the absence of sight. It's the absence of hope. And Armin, through his journey in darkness, has lit 1,000 torches. Moral of the story: no obstacle is greater than the strength within. Even in complete darkness, a determined heart can shine brighter than the sun.